Tonight, we need to crown the official spiciest white boy in the NFL between Joe Burrow and Travis Kelce.
This is great.
Something tells me I'm not going to walk away with this one.
Sorry, Trav, but I do have. Come on, man.
You guys ready for our first guest of the night?
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Turn on the lights.
Speaking of UC football, this might be the most iconic Bearcat that I've ever heard of. Hailing from St. Xavier High School in Louisville, Kentucky, quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals finished his Bearcat career undefeated at Nippert Stadium, and most importantly, the man who took the University of Cincinnati Bearcats to the college football playoffs. Please welcome Desmond Ridder! Welcome back to the Natty, Des! All right, let's go back a little bit to when you became a Bearcat. I think we have some pics of you coming out of high school. Can we tee those up? What do we got? No? Ah!
Oh, baby face.
How old are you in that photo right there?
Oh, I might be 16, 17.
Wow. Man, how far you've come.
That's a while ago.
When did you know you were coming to Cincy?
What was that? Probably end of junior year, going to high school.
Yeah.
First got recruited by Coach Tuberville.
Yeah.
He unfortunately left. Then obviously Coach Fitt came in.
Yeah. Give it up for Fick, no doubt.
Sub's absolutely killing it. Fick has always been absolutely killing it, but there's always been a common denominator in this thing. You know a guy named Kerry Combs or what?
Coach Combs.
Yeah.
Talk about a Cincinnati legend.
There he is.
There you go, Coach.
Kerry Combs. Coleraine legend, Cincinnati legend. Sorry, we didn't mean to interrupt you, Des.
Yeah, my bad. I got excited. My bad, Des.
Is it true that you found out about your scholarship in the Porta-Potty? Is that
It
a true
is,
story?
so-
What were you doing in the Porta-Potty?
I mean, if anyone from around here knows, obviously the Kentucky Derby is a huge thing.
You in the infield?
Oh, yeah.
You were in the infield?
So, yeah, I went to, we had high school off and that Friday, which is the Kentucky Oaks, where the Phillies run.
Nice.
That's where all the high schoolers go
Yeah.
on that. And, yeah, I got the phone call. I had a workout for Cincinnati. Coach Taylor, Coach Rollins came that Friday morning. Got the guys together, got dressed, had a couple mimosas, couple drinks.
How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing? About 6 hours later, I'm in the infield. I get a call from, I see it's Coach Tuberville on my phone. I'm like, woo, if y'all know anything about Churchill Downs, the middle of the infield can get a little rowdy.
Oh, yeah, baby.
So the quietest place I could go was a Porta-Potty. I had my punter there with me. He was sitting right out
That's
outside.
dangerous over there. They start tipping them things over there.
Yeah, you definitely got to pick and choose wisely.
Oh my gosh. Well, we mentioned before that we've run our fair share of stadium steps. Were they still doing that as punishment when you guys were here?
It wasn't necessarily punishment. We knew that Coach Brady Collins had a great strength program for us, got us in the best of shape, and we knew that we were going to play 6 to 7 home games. So once a week, every week that we worked out in the summer, we ran the stadium steps 6 or 7 times. And, you know, we just did it for every single time that we were going to play in Nippert. That's why when you look back, you look at the record of home games, because true blood, sweat, and tears were put into that field to be able to come out with what we did.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't lying, ladies and gentlemen. He ain't lying.
For those of you that haven't run the stadium steps at Nippert, they're tricky. It's like a parabolic curve.
It's a lot of
steeper and steeper the higher you go.
It's a lot of different. You got to be careful, especially coming down.
Coming down, yeah, that's
And
the
then
tricky one.
you get some of the big old linemen like you. It gets a little dangerous out there.
Listen, I've seen Brandon Mills. Shout out to Colerane's finest right there. Brandon Mills, he gets J.C. Kelsey in a relay race. It all came down to the fatties.
Yeah.
And sure enough, B. Shada, he got caught on the bleachers.
Listen, he gave it his all, and that's all you can ask for.
All you can ask for.
He
Give
was
it your all,
in,
kids.
And he went all in face first into the bleachers. It was not good. But speaking of teammates, you talk about our teammates all the time. Who's the funniest guy in your time in Cincinnati?
would say the funniest guy, there's two guys. Definitely got to point out Josh Wiley,
yeah,
Coleraine
Big
legend,
Wiley.
or LaSalle legend, LaSalle legend, tight end you. And then we'll go a little bit farther back. You got guys like Mike Warren, Kobe Bryant. Those are just some classic guys who always kick in the locker room.
Speaking of Kobe, man, the two cornerbacks, obviously, while you were here, were big names. They both went really high in the draft. I don't think either one of them let up a touchdown while they were here at UC, which is absolutely fucking unbelievable. How fun was that practice against those guys?
Yeah, that was real fun. And it's great, too, when you got a guy like Alec Pierce to be able to go out there, a top receiver, to be able to go out there. Shout out AP. And just to see them be able to compete every single day, it not only made them better, but it made me better, and it made the entire team better. But yeah, Kobe and Sauce are two legends that, for their work ethic, both on and off the field, they're just two guys that are going to play for a while.
Nice.
Man, I remember the first time I got to Kansas City, I was going up in 2013. I got drafted. Kansas City's defense was it was the heart and soul of that team. We had a bunch of veteran guys. We had guys like Justin Houston, Tamba Ali, Derek Johnson.
Yeah.
And there was a safety by the name of Eric Berry. Eric Berry. When I tell you he was locking my ass up to where I had the easiest time going up against all the other safeties in the league. And that's when I realized that, man, if you practice hard and you give it your all and you really compete your ass off in practice, which EB taught me at a really young age in the league, man, it just makes games that much easier.
It makes the games a lot easier. When you're going up against a top defense every single day, the D-line that we had, Majay Sanders, Jawan Briggs that's still here, Malik Van, Marquise Copeland, the defense, it just makes us better every single day.
Yeah, and iron sharpens iron. You guys are the one and only team to go to the college football playoff out of Cincinnati.
How about that one right there?
The only non-power conference, whatever they call that.
Man, Dez, I'll tell you what, baby, as a UC alum, maybe you took us on a ride, brother.
It was a great ride. It was a good ride.
Not just that year, but 2 undefeated years back to back. It was truly remarkable what you guys were able to accomplish with you and Coach Fick. What was it like? What was the experience like?
Please tell us what it was like going to the college football playoffs.
But it goes all the way back to when, that 2017, 2018 class was recruited. Back to when there was attention training days. I know a lot of you guys saw that on social media, digging through the ice and snow and the dirt. But it was just a culture that was built. It was a culture that, just a Cincinnati, tough and nasty, just built on blue collar, built on work and getting nasty. Just nasty.
Just fucking nasty. Nasty as that tub of fucking Skyline chili. That shit was nasty.
But it was just constant work. Just like we talked about, iron sharpens iron, offense, defense, special teams, just all 3 phases clicking. And it was just building it truly on blind faith. Coming in year after year, not knowing what a new team was going to be like, losing some guys, having the transfers come in after that. And then that last year, NIL, is that going to break the team apart? So there was a whole bunch of external factors that were going into everything every single year. And, the ultimate thing that came down to it, you talk about Camp Higher Ground. That place, no joke. And that's where boys become men, and that's where we became men.
Yeah.
How about that? You got to give us a memory from Higher Ground. Ladies and gentlemen, Higher Ground, if you didn't know, is where we go every single year for training camp over there in Indiana. It's a special place where everybody gets to be force-fed each other. And you're force-fed not only great food, but brotherhood and chemistry, and you really find out who you are as a team. You got any great memories from Higher Ground or what?
Man, there's a lot of good rookie performances going at Higher Ground. Around that last day of camp, every time in that last day we try to chase Fick around. Usually the O-lineman get him, pick his big ass up because his calves are so strong. He's got that big old tiger or panther, whatever it is, on his calves.
Big Ten linebacker calves.
Yeah, the Big Ten linebacker calves. But pick him up, throw him in the cold tub, get him dunked, and that's how we would end camp.
That's legendary, man. Yeah, Brian Kelly wouldn't let us pick him up.
No, he didn't mess around.
He said, "Don't fucking touch me.
Don't even think about it.
Don't fucking touch me, Travis. And
Now
throw
he's
the
got a-
ball.
now he's
I'm
got a
sick of you
Cajun.
running the fucking ball. Throw the ball."
He's got a Cajun accent now. I can't even. What's the Brian Kelly Cajun accent?
Harry Danana.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Did you have a welcome to Cincinnati moment? We talk about a lot of guys welcome to the NFL moments. Like, what was your welcome to UC like?
My welcome to UC moment, actually, we'll take it to, when we were, we'll say, up and coming.
Yeah.
Was our first time playing down at, I'll give you two.
Okay.
Was first time playing down at UCF, college game day 2018.
Yep.
Didn't come out with a win, but it was a great turnout, great fans, great atmosphere, and that really propelled us to be where we were, a couple years ago.
Absolutely.
Because, without being on that big time stage for the first time, that's where I knew what Cincinnati could be, what we could go do. And then, it was even later down in the road, but we showed up at Notre Dame, and I looked at Notre Dame, and I thought, dang, it was good.
How about that?
In South Bend.
In South Bend, it gives me chills just thinking about it.
House, mother. Oh, excuse me.
Family friendly.
Family friendly.
But just walking out that tunnel in South Bend, seeing all the red, not a lot of green, it made that game a lot easier.
Yeah. I mean, it was electric. It was something that we all of us former Bearcats wore with pride watching that happen. That was such a huge moment for the program.
Man, it was electric. Because as a kid, I was force-fed Notre Dame, I think, on ABC every single Sunday. Or every single Saturday. They would show their day games and everything. Yep. So they would always force-feed us Notre Dame, and that was the Mecca. And sure enough, I was too stupid to get a scholarship to go there. But UC has a great program and great academics that let me slide in the door. You know what I'm saying? That's why we love it. Jason, you never, we've told our welcome to the league moments. You got a welcome to UC moment?
Oh man, I mean, so my welcome to UC moment, there was a graduate assistant at the time, he was a former Bearcat player, and he turned to a strength coach because he got injured and couldn't play anymore, Jordan Roth. And I thought coming out of high school, I knew what hard work was. Jordan really redefined that immediately. At that point, we had Swanger was the head strength coach. Jordan was one of the assistants. Dave Andrews, our good friend, was one of the assistants. And everything was till failure. And I just remember we did so much in the weight room. He put me through so many upper body movements. By the end, he said, okay, if you can walk with your arms above your head around the weight room, you can leave. If you don't make it without your arms staying above your head, you got to clean the entire weight room. And I made it about halfway before my arms collapsed, and I found out really quick what cleaning the weight room was like.
Yeah.
But all of that stuff's important, and it's important to redefine what your maximums are, where your extreme limits are, and I think that's one thing that Cincinnati and Bearcat football has prided itself on, is this toughness, this underlying, just blue-collar energy that, talent-wise, we might not be the most talented, although that is changing, but we're going to outwork you. We're going to be that guy that just never stops, and that's one thing that Cincinnati's always prided itself on. That was made aware very quickly.
It's just nasty. It's the natty. I'll tell you what my welcome to UC moment was. I had a brother that went here, so everything on the field was kind of, I don't know, a little bit easier for me than most. That being said, my welcome to UC moment was over at Turner Hall. You guys know that BP at the top of the hill over there? I had a good friend, Zach Calaris, another good friend, John Hughes. He's over here. Where's he at? I saw him earlier.
Johnson?
Johnny Hughes, what's up, baby?
There we go.
D-tackle, Bearcat, great. Played in the league for a bunch, so I hadn't had too many drinks in high school, because you're not allowed to drink, right? So you come to college to have your first drink, and I come here.
Of course, first one.
Sure enough, the first game I played was Edwards 40 Hands. You guys ever seen Edwards Scissor Hands? Replace those scissors with 2 40-ounce malt liquor beer. And you duct tape them to your hands, and you can't get them off until you finish them. Welcome to Cincinnati, boys.
Yep. What'd you go with? Oldie?
Yeah, it was definitely Old English for sure. You already know. I'm a classy gentleman.
All right, well, we're going to play a little Best of Cincy game here. What's the best dining hall on campus?
Best dining hall. Oh, I'm going to go with, I always stayed in it a lot. Stadium View is the closest.
So
Stadium View.
Shout out to the workers over
Shout
at
out to all the workers all around campus,
Yeah.
providing the food for all of us. Helps us out tremendous.
What about the best date spot?
Ooh, best date spot. My wife always loved Mexican food, so we either say Condado down on the Banks.
Nice.
And then also I know a good one, got a little good drink deal, some Mr. Sushi. You know, if you ever want to go sushi.
So good. It's always half off.
Always.
If it's all, I remember it's like half off from 4 to 11, and then you look at their hours and it was 4 to 11.
That's how they get you.
It's a great deal.
Genius.
Always.
I tell you, genius marketing. Tell everybody it's half off and they're going to keep coming in.
What about the best bathroom on campus? You got a
Best
spot?
bathroom on campus?
It's an important one. Although, since you're answering questions at a porta-potty, I don't know that you're the guy that we're going to need to go
Yeah,
to.
I'm gonna say one that a lot of people don't get to use, definitely down, well, it's not there anymore, but down where the old practice field used to be.
Yeah.
Down in the locker rooms down there, you can get some privacy.
Yeah, privacy is a big part of it.
Ain't no shame in my game.
A big part for me is what ply it's working with. You go to some of them and it's like these single ply stuff.
Yeah, you can't go.
Man, sometimes you just got to spit shine and do what you got to do.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
yeah,
2024. We
It's
can't
no
be
different. I
operating
mean, it's
single
how it is in
ply.
Cincinnati, tough and nasty. Sometimes you just got to get it how you live it.
It's the
one or
nasty
two blocks.
natty, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you have Adriatico's order?
Oh, love Adriatico's. Get the big pizza, Bearcat pizza.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Half sausage, pepperoni, half
You know it.
cheese.
You
Yeah,
know
come
it.
on.
You ever seen somebody mow through a Bearcat by themselves?
No.
Who do you think of us two would have done that?
I know, but you get a couple of those Cincy Reigns in you, you might be able to,
Oh, there you go.
you might be able to take down a pizza.
Yeah, baby. Since he light. Dude, yeah, Travis was on the way to whole Bearcat pizza.
And I'll do it again.
And he got it. He was about 295 that off season, but he got back in shape. It was impressive.
A lot of carbs.
A lot of carbs. Do you want to answer a no-done question?
Go ahead.
Alrighty, let's tee one up, guys. What do we got for Dez? Alrighty. Skyline or Gold Star? Now, Gold Star, they've been through like a rebranding, right?
Where's
Aren't they doing like
where's
hamburgers or something?
Where's Savory? Save you a seat.
Save you.
Where's Save You a Seat at? She went to the Porta-Potty?
bathroom.
She clearly had some Skyline over
Oh,
there.
that's yeah. She's clearing up some Skyline.
Y'all went to Skyline earlier.
Or Gold Star.
Or Gold Star, man. You got a favorite?
I'm gonna go Skyline for sure, all day.
You know it.
Ever since coming to Cincinnati, I was told, I mean, don't even go near Gold Star, so I just try to stay
do
away
we got
from
any
that.
Gold Star lovers in here?
That's a no.
I did not know it was that much of a consensus.
It's a one-sided argument.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's so
that's it.
bad they started to rebrand. I don't even know if they're doing chili. They're like doing burgers or something, right? Like, I don't know. Yeah, there we go. All right. All righty. We got another no-done question.
Yeah, we got
Let's do
another one.
more. Did you ever go to Uncle Woody's?
Anders Graham, where you at? Show your face. Oh, look at those overalls up there.
And the hat.
That's what I'm talking about. Woody's was
Little Woody Wednesdays.
Woody's, yeah.
Never
no, Woody's every day
got to
for
pop
us.
out. Yeah, never got to pop out to Woody's like that. Try to stay content. Try to stay in the playbook. But yeah.
What the? This guy's too good.
Yep. Well, I mean, that's how you go to the
That's
college
too
football
good.
playoffs, Trav. You don't do that going to Uncle
You're right.
Woody's.
Yep. Woody's to get you to the Milk Bowl.
You want to set all the passing game records. Only one way to do it.
But damn, they know how to serve a drink.
And my favorite Uncle Woody story is draft day. I had my draft party at Uncle Woody's.
Yeah, he did.
And I used to frequent Uncle Woody's. I mean, to the point that I was on a first name basis with all of the workers,
To the point
owners.
where Jason used to walk behind the bar and pour his own drinks.
Yeah, we had an understanding. And they made a little VIP section right there. And, got drafted to the Philadelphia Eagles. We proceeded to party.
All of you that have been to Uncle Woody's,
There's no VIP
to
section.
imagine a VIP section was literally just, it was roped off. It was a roped off part of the bar. I don't even think there was anywhere to sit. But needless to say, we were going to fucking Philly and it was an exciting night.
It was. Well,
We got to ask you about your draft story, man.
yeah.
Where were you when you got drafted?
Yeah, I was back home, Louisville, Kentucky. Had my family with me. Yeah, shout out from all the people from the
We got some
502.
people from Louisville in
Yeah.
the house.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, had a good family, had a little gathering. Obviously, expected, thinking it was going to go in the first round. Didn't know where, didn't know what point, but definitely thought could have gone in the first round. And then, I was like, hey, didn't go. We're right back here tomorrow. Everyone show up same time. That second round went by. It felt like forever. And then that third round came by. I saw Atlanta's number. And, everything was there after that.
There we go, baby.
But just a dream come true. All the hard work that, not only myself, but my parents over there. Give a huge shout out to all the parents for doing everything that they do, supporting me endlessly throughout all my journeys, throughout everything that I've ever done, just being there for me. And that was just another moment that we could all enjoy, all celebrate together, so it was great.
Love to hear it, brother. We actually had similar stories. I thought I was first round talent. Got humbled real quickly. I'll tell you what. Wasn't even second round talent. And then first pick in the third round got hit, and man, it was still magic. It was still unbelievable. Obviously, around the fam, it's a moment I'm sure, just like you'll remember forever. I know I will.
Can't beat it.
Well, thanks for coming up here, Des. Thank you, more importantly, for everything you've done for Cincinnati.
Yeah, thank you.
University. Best of luck in Arizona this year. Can't wait to see what you do. And yeah, man, go Cats, baby.
Yes, sir.
Desmond Ridder!
Give it up for Des, baby!
Appreciate you coming.
It is time for our next guest.
This is by far the biggest human being I've ever been around.
Now making his New Heights debut. From Peachtree Ridge High School, the two-time Big 12 Offensive Lineman of the Year out of Oklahoma University. The four-time Pro Bowl left tackle from the Baltimore Ravens, Kansas City Chiefs, and now to the Cincinnati Bengals. He's a Super Bowl 57 champion, Orlando Brown Jr.
Does anybody have a beer? It's starting to get lightheaded up here. I could use some calories.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
Mitri, can you give me a beer, Mitri?
Chug off? Oh, man.
Jason don't want them problems.
You chug?
No, I'm not chugging. I'm not chugging.
I
Yep.
love the direct answer.
Somebody's got a Bud Light over there.
Oh, you got it, dude. Thank you, though.
Yep.
That's all you. I got somebody running for me. Thank
All
you,
right.
man.
Scared.
Oh, me?
Yes, Sirski.
It's good to see you, my brother. Man, I love this guy.
My dog, man. This one dog.
Too many countless memories. You've had an unbelievable career, man.
Yeah.
Both for Baltimore, winning the Super Bowl with us, man. You had an unbelievable year last year for Cincinnati. How's it been here in Cincinnati since you got here?
Bro, I love this city, man. It's just that's why you guys are back here right now. I mean, it's a special place, and the energy, the love for football here, man. The Cincinnati Bengals, who they, it's special. How you like that?
Hey, I'm in on who that. Burrowhead and everything. We're about to get to that in a little bit. Who's your favorite? What's your favorite Travis or Andy Reid story? What you got from the Chiefs?
Travis, Andy Reid story?
Or both, whatever you want to do, yeah.
Man, Travis or Andy Reid story, wow.
Or what were your first impressions of Travis? How about that? He's a different cat. Man.
Yeah, well, I mean, we talk about a pro's pro, though.
Yeah.
Like, we talking about a Hall of Fame pro. You know what I mean?
Thanks, Mitri.
Yeah, this is.
Everybody, Demetrius Richardson, also a Bearcat alum.
That's
yeah.
right.
It's real. But
He got some tight ass pants on, don't he? Everybody, look at him. He walked like the Stone Cold.
my first impression though. Oh my God.
I'm mad they just fired him up. All right.
That's crazy. But I'm in Baltimore.
Okay.
And it's 2020, I believe it's COVID year. And my man Trav is going crazy.
Okay.
Crazy. Monday Night Football going crazy.
And you're just watching it from the sideline.
I'm watching from the sideline. He's going crazy.
Yeah.
And Juice Man, dog. Marcus Peters.
Yeah, Marcus Peters.
Marcus Peters, straight dog.
No doubt.
And there was a few times during the game where, not saying MP gave up a touchdown or anything, but it, I like Travis going crazy.
Yeah.
Is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
And Juice comes to the sideline and he says, "Yo, coach, the way he moving, it's like his shoulder pad's not even on, man. what you want me to do?
Yo, give him the shoulder shimmy.
And there was I realized that quickly when I got to KC. That's him though. That's every day. That's his work ethic, and he practiced like that.
I tell people this all the time. The way his knees bend and everything, it's so deceptive. And I don't know where it comes from because I definitely don't have it. Yeah. And Ed Kelsey definitely don't have it. So I don't know where he got it from.
The boy special.
It's called you got to figure things out in the world, guys. Sometimes you just got to do some crazy shit nobody's ever seen before. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have a welcome to the NFL moment?
Oh, yeah, bro. We ran a toss crack. You're not even going to believe this shit.
Okay.
But it was my third game, first Ravens-Steelers game.
Okay.
First series of the game, maybe second play, we call a toss crack to fucking Joe Hayden.
Oh, my gosh.
And he hit me so fucking hard.
Really? Did he go low or did he?
No, he hit me right in my chest. Joe Hayden. Joe Hayden is still to this day. That's the hardest hit I ever received.
Wow.
And
some of these NFL guys look like, but
that lift weights. I lift weights. Yeah, I lift. No, that's for real. Like, no, bro. Like that was no, man. That was my welcome to the NFL moment. Wow. Like, wow. Yeah. And other than that, I mean, obviously, I'm in the trenches. You play a few D linemen here and there.
Who's the toughest you ever been against?
Well, the toughest ever for me is J.J. Watt. I mean, he's the only guy that I've ever faced in my career.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, bro. Like, he's the only dude.
Mr. Incredible himself.
Yeah, I don't understand. I like it. Most of the time, bro, if I'm square and I punch and I'm at the spot, I don't lose. You know what I mean?
You're massive, bro. Like, if you're in your spot, it is a long way to get around you.
Yeah, J.J. Watt, like, he had,
yeah.
he figured that out real quickly. I was like, wow. Yeah, so he's the best I've ever played. I think best true DN pass rushing wise, I mean, strictly, man, is Myles Garrett. He's special.
Unbelievable. It's hard to believe a human being can even do that stuff.
Yeah.
How low he bends, the agility he has, the strength.
Yeah.
It's literally the Superman of defensive ends.
Yeah,
it's like
man.
there's no, I mean, we got to start putting kryptonite in our pants or something. I don't know what's the secret for it.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I got a ton of respect for him.
Tunsil's the only guy that I've seen really do it well against somebody.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, he is so fantastic.
Yeah.
And you've blocked for two, arguably, of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Oh yeah.
You had Pat in Kansas City, now you're with Joey B in Cincinnati. What are the
Shout out Shiesty, man.
What are the differences blocking for both of those guys? Like, does your spot change? Do the plays? Do you take that into account? How are you setting different for each one of them?
Yeah, it's so deep, and it's so deep.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm gonna try to dumb it down a little bit, just because it's two different systems. But for me in Baltimore, when I was there, we break the all-time rushing record.
Yeah.
I think that had been held since 1979 by the New England Patriots or something like that.
How about that?
And so we're running the ball crazy.
Yes.
Probably 40, 50 pounds heavier in Baltimore than I was in KC, so I'm down blocking a ton.
Yeah.
And Lamar's drops were a lot different. You know what I mean? It was a different system, concepts, passing concepts.
Yes.
And then I get to Kansas City, and we got 87 over here. We got 10. We got 15.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I mean, D-Rob, the list goes on. Noah Gray, Blake Bell. But
crazy.
we and it's a completely different system. Coach Reed is pretty much airing out, and then I think it was 2022, the Super Bowl year. Pat broke the total amount of passing yards or total yards for a quarterback. You know what I mean? So completely two different systems, man. And it was an adjustment for both. And I was at a different stage of maturation for both of them as well.
Yeah, and I meant no shade at Lamar. I definitely was only thinking about the last years. I forgot Baltimore with Lamar. I mean, you've been with three of the best. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh,
and all completely different.
Yep.
What is your main objective when you're playing tackle?
Yeah.
Like, is it get to my spot? You a big puncher? Like, what is the name to your game that you hang your hat on?
Yeah. So I know Coach, your coach and everything. Stout. I know Stout at Lane, Jordan, the way that they play, very big on getting to the spot, getting off the ball.
No
I'm a little bit different. I'm not a crazy athlete, you know what I mean? So
everybody's got to get it down how they get it down.
OB is the anomaly.
Yeah.
He's the one that's like, well, maybe we just don't teach him the same shit we teach everybody else. He's just a little bit bigger.
Literally. Just so for me, man, I like to take the approach. I say choke a guy out in the phone booth. I try to, use my set angles, getting off the ball.
Fucking terrifying.
Exactly.
I don't know about you guys. I don't know if people even go in phone booths anymore. But if you've ever been in one, to get choked out in one is pretty. I felt that.
That's my fucking point.
It's a good one. I like that.
And speaking of knowing where you're good and where you're weak at, you have a famous thought, I guess, on scouting O-linemen. Food for thought. The mental is just as important as the physical when scouting O-line. I'm also only treating this because I'm slow as shit.
Yes.
So you know what? But listen,
Yes.
self-aware. You got to be self. You got to know what your game is. And you got them big long arms. Let's get on top of these guys and choke them out. I love it.
Exactly.
OB, we all know your pops was an absolute legend in the NFL, man.
Yep.
He was an absolute dog. You had to have some real good advice as a young man from how to play the game the right way, because those old school ball players, man,
Yeah.
ball players, you couldn't play in my day.
Can I tell my story?
This is why I'm teeing this up, baby.
You can do whatever
all right.
you want, brother.
So in 8th grade, all the moms out there, they aren't gonna believe this shit, but in 8th grade, I was 6'6", 450 pounds.
God
A lot of ass,
Check
a
his
lot of
birth
body.
certificate. Oh my goodness.
It's a lot of body.
That's a big man.
Big baby man. And so my parents, I got that big. I'm pointing the finger at my parents. I'm not gonna blame Honey Nut Cheerios, but
It's more than Honey Nut Cheerios.
my dad wouldn't let me play football, and so I call him crying. I'm heading into the 8th grade. I'm like, Dad, I'm the biggest kid in school. You played. You're retired now. You know, it's my time. I want to play. Crying, and he's like, man, make me a promise. I'm like, okay, what's the promise? He says, you got to play 10 years in the NFL and have a Hall of Fame career. I say, I agree to it, not having any fucking clue the work that goes into that.
Yeah.
But I agree to it. And so I start ball, okay? First game comes around. He takes me to the first game. Game ends, he's not there. I'm like, damn, what's going on? Second game, same situation. Third game happens, same situation. So the fourth game rolls around. And it's like, you know, I ask him on that Monday, I'm like, Dad, man, why you keep leaving the games early? You taking me to the games, what's going on? And he looked me in my eyes, he said, dog, you playing soft as shit, dog. Gosh. He said, you playing soft as shit. I can't watch that soft ass shit.
Talk about keeping somebody accountable.
And I was like, okay. So he said, I want to show you something. So he sits me down. He puts on the fucking Waterboy. Bobby Boucher.
No way.
Bobby Boucher, I swear, I can't make this up. Bobby, water sucks. It really, yeah. And bro, he looked at me, played the clip, he jumped over the line. He's like, you see how he envisioned his coach face on him? You got anybody you don't like? Who you don't like? I was like, oh, I don't like my third grade art teacher. She never told me. But put her face on a dude across from you, dog.
Oh my God.
And bro, I literally lined up. It was the biggest kid, other biggest kid in the division. Man, I took his ass about 10 yards. It felt like 40, but I dumped him like the Blind Side movie. My dad came running down from the stands.
How about that?
Chest bump on the field. I mean, that's
Straight up Bobby
that's my
Boucher.
advice, dog.
Just be the water boy
That's
at the end of the
amazing.
day.
Yeah, shout
How
out
about
Bobby
the
Boucher.
Sandman? Inspiring offensive tackles everywhere. I love it. All right, we're going to get to our next guest. Don't go anywhere, though, because
Don't
we're
you
going to
go
want you out here
anywhere,
for this
Joey.
one.
All right.
Please welcome to the stage. He's a fellow Ohioan, the quarterback out of Athens High School, the 2019 Heisman and 2020 National Champion out of LSU, the #1 overall pick to the Cincinnati Bengals. Some call him Joe Shiesty, some call him Joe Q. Attitude beside his place. Give some noise for Pro Bowl quarterback Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, ladies and gentlemen!
Shiesty.
All right. How about this? There we go.
Who they?
You gotta love it. You can go ahead and get back this. You can tell him, go ahead. Show him some love. Go Shiesty. Joey B, I thought you were about to be Cartier Joe today, man. Where the Cartier is at,
No, I'm
baby?
cool into that, man.
You already know. The swaggiest, the coolest, cool hand Joe. Man, I played against you so much, and it's been always one of my favorite games to look forward to because I love playing the best, man. I love playing the best. You do it the right way. And I just wanted to say, before we start this thing off, I got all the respect in the world for how you do things, man. And this city loves you because of the way you handle it, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Now we know you're from Athens, man. Did you know what you were getting into when you came to Cincinnati?
Yeah, I like to think I did. It was definitely an exciting time for me. My college career wasn't everything I expected to be at the beginning, so I had to grind for what I got, and I was excited to come back home and finish what I started, really.
We're going to get right into this first. What does it feel to like to have an entire stadium named after you?
Yeah.
You're the only player in the league that has current player that has a stadium named after him. We know Travis's feeling on the rivalry between Cincinnati and the Kansas City Chiefs. Orlando knows it very well from both sides now.
Yes, I do.
What is your perspective about these games, and why have you had so much success, I guess?
Man, I don't know. I think we both work really hard at what we do. They have great players. We have great players. I think we match up pretty well with them. We're kind of built to beat them.
You got the two biggest tackles in the fucking league now, too. Goddammit. That's got to be comfortable having 6'8", 3+ on both the left and right side. Now that you got Trent Brown in the building.
Yeah, definitely excited
A lot
about
of
that.
length out there.
Yeah. Both teams got great players. It's always a great game. I always appreciate, the legendary battles that we have. This guy's always out there making plays. Patrick's always out there making plays. Both teams have big time players on defense, big time defensive lines. So it just makes for a great matchup every time.
What's your point of view, Orlando? I mean, you've been on both sides.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's, as he said, man, I mean, both teams are normally fighting for, some type of seeding dominance, first seed, second seed situation or third seed, whatever it may be. And you got, two of the greatest quarterbacks in the game. And, I mean, it's a competitive, as he said, man. I mean, he hit on everything, it's just competitive.
Yeah. Well, the Chiefs had to win one for it officially to become a rivalry.
That's how rivalries work. That is. And we snuck one out with a field goal, man. Listen, I told him, I enjoy it because I love going up against the best, man. And obviously the Bengals, man, you guys got great fucking coaches, great players. It seems like from an outsider's perspective, somebody that recognizes a culture of football that's done the right way. It seems like you guys have that in the building. What is Coach Taylor, Big Lou on the defensive side, how do you guys feel about the coaches and then how they set the culture in the building?
Man, I really think that's where it starts is, our relationships within the locker room. I think that's what makes what we do great. And I don't think you can have the kind of success that we've had and you guys have had on the field if you don't have those relationships in the locker room, because that translates on the field. If you have complete and utter trust in your coaching staff and in all the players that you're playing with, you're going to go out there and play free and trust that everybody's going to do what they do and go out and make plays for you.
Yeah, just a ton of dudes bought in, man. Bought in the purpose.
You've been under Andy Reid. I mean, you've been under a lot of amazing Harbaugh. You've been under a lot of amazing coaches. Can you speak to what that culture really means to a team?
Yeah, I mean a lot, man. It's the standard. And when you have a coach like Zach Taylor, just how he operates on a daily, how he is with his position coaches, the relationships he has with us as players, and they've also created a locker room of great men, of guys that are very close knit. You know what I mean? And they got all the recipe, and we have the recipe, and we have everything that we need to be a successful football team moving forward. But I mean, man, just the culture that they've created, starting with that front office as well and ownership, man, Mike Brown and the Black Brown family, man. I mean, it's special.
Well, let's take a flashback. You mentioned it earlier that your college career wasn't what you envisioned from the start. And one of the things I admire greatly is when guys persevere. It wasn't the easiest route, right? You ended up having to transfer, and I've told the story many times about how I tried to woo you to Cincinnati. Yeah. I think it worked out best for everyone, especially you, going to LSU, and with Cincinnati and Dez, they ended up having great success as well. You got to give us a Coach O story. What's your best Coach O story? Come on.
Man, so I've told this one before, so I like crawfish, and I like crawfish before I went down there.
All right.
And I get to my visit, and we go to a restaurant that doesn't have any crawfish. I'm like, Coach O, I got to get some crawfish. So he orders like 30 pounds of crawfish. They come there, they boil it on the spot, and we start crawfish. He has crawfish guy, apparently. I don't know how you find it that fast, but that was...
Agents, they'll find it.
Yeah, they'll find it.
They'll find it. That's some good stuff, man. Man, I had a question about, we all like to talk about our welcome to the NFL moment, man. What was Joey Burrow's welcome to the NFL moment?
We play the Eagles, it's COVID, there's no fans there, so you can hear all the shit talk on the field. Fletcher Cox, I got sacked, I think I got sacked 8 times that game. And so sometimes I'll roll out and throw the ball away a little late, try to get a call or something, and...
Noted.
Oh my God. And Fletcher Cox is chasing me down.
That's not a man you want chasing you down either.
And so I do my thing, I get to the sideline, I throw it a little late, and he pushes me down. And so I'm complaining to the ref, and he's like, "You're not getting that call, Rook!" And then Brandon Graham, he had 5 sacks that game. I forget who it was, but we ran a naked, and I reversed field and hit TB on a little extended play, and I was kind of up in the air, and I just get, I think it was Malik Jackson. And I got blasted.
I remember this now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And one thing about me is I'm not gonna stay on the ground unless I get the wind knocked out of me. I can't get up if the wind's knocked out of me. And that one, the wind was knocked out for a while. I couldn't breathe for about 30 seconds. That one didn't feel too good.
Some big boys in the NFL, tell you what, they can hit hard, real hard.
I got this question because you found success right away, it seems like. And I know star-studded collegiate career. What do you credit to being able to transition to the NFL so well?
Well, I think I had a coaching staff that really empowered me from day one. You know, I came in and they gave me full reign of the offense immediately, and I was never out there playing scared, making a check, thinking I was wrong. I always had a reason for it, but I never came off the field and they were like, "Hey, you can't do that." They would ask me why I did what I did and whatnot. And so when you can go out and play free and you have the trust of your players and the coaching staff, I think that is the biggest recipe for success. And I think something else that happens to guys is teams will draft quarterbacks high, and you go through the whole off season. Am I going to start? Am I going to be the 2? They have a guy here. I think the best way to do it is to just throw him out there and let him get all the reps. So I had all those reps all off season in my mind. It was COVID, so we were on Zoom. But we had practicing calling the plays on Zoom, and then we get to camp, and I didn't have to split reps, so I was able to get all those reps and bank those. And I think you're just selling yourself short if you're not letting your rookie quarterback get all those reps, because that just hinders his ability to develop.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes a ton of sense. Well, you fit in right with this show. We're gonna get to some of these old tweets we found of yours.
Okay.
We're gonna have a little bit more fun with this one.
Oh, shit.
We got some old ones. Let's tune them up. You want to see aliens, right? Where is it at?
Dude.
Show me the aliens.
I mean, where are they? Like,
I'm with you.
They say they're walking right among us.
That's crazy.
Unzip yourself, Orlando.
I mean, I feel
I'm not no alien, dog.
I feel like if they are advanced enough to come and visit us, then they're advanced enough to cloak their technology from us, and we won't be able to see it. So maybe people we know about it, maybe we don't. But I feel like somebody's got to know.
There's aliens among us.
You're talking to 2 guys who heard aliens our entire lives.
From Ed Kelsey.
Big Ed Kelsey's here as well tonight.
Where you at,
Where's
man?
Big Ed at?
He's probably talking to him right now.
Yeah, he is. Wait, I keep getting points everywhere.
Yeah, I know everyone's pointing.
Big Ed Kelsey, everybody. Give it up for Papa Kelsey.
I gotta say, until I see aliens or UFOs on something that's not like the worst video ever.
Agree.
Come on, like
I agree.
I gotta be it's a little bit more evidence before I get full.
Dude, that's why they're so good though. Like he said, they can like.
I hear you.
They can
It's
make
good
it
logic.
blurry.
I'm not
they
gonna
can make it
deny.
blurry.
Yeah.
Them,
I mean,
the
they're
Loch Ness
not-
Monster can make it blurry. So can the Big Yeti.
We're not going to
The Big
see
Yeti
it on
can
an
make
iPhone camera, dog.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Shiesty knows something.
It does.
The Chinese can send them freaking balloons up over us. What are this alien's gonna do, right?
Jesus.
All right. You're also
Back on topic.
pro-taunting.
I am pro-taunting, yeah.
So am I. Why are you pro-taunting?
We're all grown adults that work really hard at what we do, and sometimes we like to show it. I'm not gonna get my feelings hurt if somebody sacks me and taunts me, like, you made a play, I didn't. Like, good for you, you're allowed to taunt. Like,
Have you ever gotten the taunting flag?
I've never got a taunting flag.
No?
How many you got?
At what level of football?
He's throwing a flag. He's throwing. I mean,
Yeah, no, that's my favorite one.
Throw the flag at the ref. Fucking,
You can get a little feisty out there.
just a wee bit.
Yeah.
I have
Trav gonna talk that
got
shit.
anger management, and I talk entirely too much. I do. Actually, one of my favorite taunting penalties that I got. Yes, I do have favorites. We were playing the Eagles. My first time playing it actually on the field against the Eagles in
in
Kansas
KC.
City,
The year we won the Super
2016.
Bowl, we did lose that game.
Yes, that was the last game you guys lost that year. So we played them, and sure enough, it's a low-scoring game. We could have moved the ball too well on them. Smitty handed that thing off to Kareem Hunt, and it was me and Brandon Graham talking shit the entire game.
BG talks major shit.
He will, and it was before I knew BG all like that. And then, sure enough, he got a little windy. You know, they come in like hockey subs on the defensive line.
Yeah, it's some bullshit.
And sure enough, he went off for a play. I hemmed up the D lineman that came in for him on one back power, which if you guys don't believe I can block, I blocked on that
I was going to
play.
say, you were blocking?
I was, and I did my job. And I felt so good that I thought I'd run over to the sideline and tell Brandon Graham to bring his ass back out here.
Hey, what happened?
Well, I got a flag for going to the sideline and talking to the sideline. You can't do that, kids. And then Brandon Graham just continued to throw me around for the rest of the game.
BG, little pit bull. Who's the best shit talker that you played? You already talked about Fletcher Cox. You're welcome to the NFL. BG's known for. Is there anybody else that's really up there for you?
Not really.
No.
No.
That's fair. What about you, Orlando?
You played against Max Crosby, right?
Yeah, he wasn't talking when we played him, though.
Oh, Max, what are
Here,
we doing?
I'm pretty nice to the defensive line.
Smart.
So
It's
people aren't really talking to me like that because I'll just be like,
Joe
"Yeah,
gets it.
Hey,
Nice
good
play,
play,
nice
man.
play,
Good
man."
play.
Joe
I'm not
gets
trying to get hit like that.
Smart guy, smart guy.
My, I would have to say, biggest shit talkers. I've played with him at the top of my list. Well, I got a story for him too, but BG.
Yeah.
And then our guy Trey Henderson.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, Trey, yeah, holy
Oh, yeah.
shit! Shout out Trey, man.
Love it.
What a bad man.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. But Trav's gonna talk that shit. We were playing Denver one time Sunday night, and he comes in motion. This is mid cadence, wide 80. He comes in motion, back and forth, and my DN's wearing goggles. And as he comes back across the guard, he looks at the DN. He says, "Man, you got on fucking goggles? Oh, this guy's got on fucking goggles. Wide 80 son." I'm like, man, this is Trav gonna talk. He gonna talk that talk, man.
That's amazing.
Guy couldn't even fucking see. Blind as a bat.
How much does it determine who you're playing? Like for me, I was like, I always was feeling it out. Like, okay, am I gonna be nice to this guy? Am I gonna talk shit to this guy? Like, what am I gonna do to get in his head? Like that was one of my favorite battles. Of like, you would figure out guys, especially when you played him multiple times. Like, hey, if I'm nice to this guy, it's gonna change the way he plays. Or if I get pissed off at him, it kind of changes the way he plays too. That's one of the insides of the game, and that's why it should be allowed because it's a tool that, if you're a smart enough player, you understand how to utilize it as well.
Yeah, I just feel like, I mean, nobody's gonna get their feelings hurt out there. Like the only people
And
that
if
are
they
getting,
do, tough shit.
yeah, like if you want to
It's the
fight,
NFL, baby.
Yeah,
if you
bro.
want to fine us, but don't throw a 15-yard penalty. Like that affects the game too much for.
Agreed.
I feel like we should be able to show our emotions and wear our emotions on our sleeves because we work so hard for what we do.
Let the boys play. Make football fun again. Let us talk.
It's an emotional sport.
What do you have an NFL Joe Mount Rushmore? Mount
Of
Rushmore
Joes?
of Joes. This is tough. Usually we do like NFL Mount Rushmore like quarterbacks, but it's like too easy.
That's not
We're
fun.
like, yeah.
Give us your favorite Joes, Joe.
Joe Namath has got to be up there.
No doubt.
Right now.
Joe
Just-
Montana, shout out Joe Montana. He's got to be up there.
How about that?
Joe Montana. Before you finish, did you know that Joe Montana had a pantyhose line?
I did, yeah.
You knew that going
Yeah.
in? Dude, that is so fucking
Arnie told us that one.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger was pissed when he saw that. What he said?
Is that Joe Montana or Joe Namath?
Joe Namath.
Yeah.
That was Namath.
Yeah, that's what he said. Hey, whatever.
Joe
All right, so we
Montana,
got
Joe Montana
Namath.
used to call his wife on the little phone from
Yes,
the sideline.
that's right.
I had no idea that was a landline.
Yeah, me neither.
I just went straight to the booth.
It's one of those you just got to press 1 before you actually dial it, I think.
Star 69.
Crazy.
That's the most recent call. You kids are too young. Who else? Joe Montana, Joe Namath.
It's hard to like just
It's hard to just come up with some Joes out of nowhere. Joe Thomas has to be on there.
Joe Thomas
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
up there in
That's
Cleveland.
me, Joe
legendary
Green.
career.
Joe Green. I
Yeah.
think that's a good list.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody's going to disagree
good
with
list.
this. Yeah.
Nice little Joe Montana.
It's hard to come up with Joes. It's very
Yeah.
out of nowhere. Are you on the list?
Not yet.
Love that answer. He's the only person that's put himself on his own Mount Rushmore so far.
I think that's all right. He's done enough.
It's deserved.
Yeah.
It's mine. Nobody has to agree.
Last bit, we mentioned in your intro, but you're known as Joe Shiesty, Joe Burr, Joe Cool, etc. We got you on stage as arguably one of the coolest white guys in the NFL. I think we can all agree with that. Orlando, are we okay with that?
Hey, I'm stamping that shit.
Guarantee it.
Hell yeah.
So here's what we're gonna do. Cincy, we need your help. Orlando, tonight we need to crown the official spiciest white boy in the NFL between Joe Burrow and Travis Kelce.
This is great. This is
I want
great.
to be with him
Yeah.
on the stage, and you guys always want to. God damn it! Something tells me I'm not going to walk away with this with victory.
Oh man, I'm sorry, Trav, but I do have. Come on, man. Come on, man. We talk about Cartier Joe over here, man.
It's a smooth motherfucker.
No doubt.
Completely
My guy.
You already know.
understand.
Well, we got some pics. How about the Fire Super Bowl fit? We got some pictures here.
Oh, yeah.
Check him out. Look at that. Where do you get something like that from? Like a designer? I don't even know.
Suit guy.
Jason, where the fuck did you get this outfit from?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you got on right here?
Well, I ran my pants, got a lot of sweat and
Is that
chili on them.
your varsity jacket that you cut off?
I didn't want to ruin my own, so I
Okay.
just bought like a cheap
Before
one.
we keep this thing going, I really do want to ask, because we've heard the story from Jason's side. When you were in the transfer portal and you got that text from him after he won the Super Bowl, you mentioned it to him. It was kind of like a cool moment for you.
Yeah, I mean, they had just won the Super Bowl. I had texted him, what was that, last week. I was like, man, that really meant a lot to me because at that time I was really going through it.
Yeah.
You know, I was putting in the work, but I wasn't seeing the fruits of my labor, and, you know, went through 3 seasons at Ohio State and didn't have anything to show for it. So I was going through the process of trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life next, and these guys had just won the Super Bowl, and you know, you had that speech on the podium after the game that really, you know, really felt like you were talking to me at that time.
Yeah.
And you know, that made me pretty emotional. And so when you reached out to me, man, I was really geeked up about that because, you know, didn't mean a lot to you probably. It was just a little text, but you know, I was really going through it during that time, and for you to do that meant a lot to me, man.
I appreciate it, Joe.
Yeah.
Listen,
That's real.
I love it. When I was talking to you, I was talking to everybody. I mean, I had just been, before that season, there was a lot of rumors I was going to get traded. There was a lot of things in my own career. And it was so easy for me to just, in that moment, feel like I had overcome so much.
Yeah.
And then whenever you win a Super Bowl, whenever you climb something, you realize, oh my gosh, my teammates, Nick Foles, the city of Philadelphia, all these people. And that whole message, I'm so happy that it resonated with you. I hope it resonated with other people. Adversity is what shapes us all. And the fact that you've overcome that, you've transferred, become a Heisman Trophy winner, a champion, and now are the best quarterback in the NFL. So happy to have you up here. Honored for you to be here. Can't wait to watch you this season. It's going to be unbelievable. Same to you, Orlando.
Appreciate you.
Can't wait to watch you ball out. And yeah, thanks for coming up, brother.
Joey Burrow and